what's good YouTube? Welcome to the channel, your girl Natasha Nisha. So on this one, I'll be speaking about how to heal and overcome from being mad, from being mad. And so basically, like for myself, no, the other day I was just thinking and reminiscing back to my childhood days, my earlier years, and a lot of my actions and behaviors, I can actually call them mad. I was like mad. And this as a result of immaturity. So I'm going to blame here the prefrontal cortex that hadn't yet developed, because we know that this develops much later. I think at the age of 25 it only develops. Either ways, another reason I'll lay my madness on is like not having competent skills. So when you don't know better, you can't do better. Once you know better, you can do better. So I didn't have better life skills, and I didn't know how to express myself. So I'm gonna define mad as being acting in ways like wildly even, that were not getting my needs met, but then not even realizing this and doing this over and over again. So that's what mad is basically. You doing something that is not working for you, but you don't even realize it. You keep on doing it. And this was the case for me many times. Now, you know that everything we do is in response to a need. We do things because either we want approval, or we want respect, or we want validation, or we want attention, or we want acceptance. There's so many things, and this is why we do whatever we do. So now, as a youngin growing up, I was now seeking or trying to get these needs met, and not even realizing that the way I went about it was so incorrect. So that part also, that not realizing it, speaks to the fact that many times, like as a youngin, there's a lot of unconsciousness going on, in regards to our behavior, where we're not self-aware. Aware is like having the knowledge of what we do and why we do it, what's leading it, what's um like yeah, what's bringing this behavior on, and then what do we hope even to get as a result of this behavior. So there's a lot of that going on. And this was the case for me. When I look back, I actually feel a bit of shame in some of the things I did, the way I went on and behaved myself, carried myself. Especially as a young lady, I was not even tapped into my female self. I was like so tomboyish and just wilding out. So either ways, yeah, I feel a bit of shame in the way I behave. But then again, this is life. That's what we're here to do, to live and learn, make mistakes and grow and heal also. What was lacking for me was healing and like knowledge. And even as you go on and on in that, it's like knowledge, and then you grow to the place where it becomes wisdom, especially if God is in the picture. Then he uses that knowledge and turns it into wisdom, because wisdom is of the Lord. So there's so much here going on. And this, it's so funny, because this childhood madness, it's coupled with that confidence in yourself, like nobody can tell you nothing. You the bee's knees, you know it all, is how you feel, and yet you are walking in error. But you so blindly confident in yourself, and yeah, so Either ways, I believe that this should be a phase. And as we grow, heal, mature, learn, then we're able to do better, know better, do better, grow out of this phase. And it's sad that many adults, grown adults, still are stuck there. And this is because they won't do the work. So there is work required on our part, is what I found. And in this work basically is yeah, you need to press through this phase, as I said, and grow through this phase. But how do we do that? Is when we come to a place now, firstly, is where we face up to it. We face up to it, and then we own it. We own it, and then we're able to now look at it and decipher what's going on here. So it's like all things like acknowledging and that's like ground zero. That's where you start. You need to acknowledge and accept that yes, I maybe do have a problem in this area. So facing it up. And this is the reason, or this is the thing that is holding a lot of people back in life. But they won't even consider that this is what it is. That, yeah, so as I said, we need to first face up to it, own it, look at it, acknowledge that, or just even take into consideration, consider that, okay, I may have an issue, I may have some work that I need to be done. There may be some ways that I'm walking out in error. And this is not easy. This is not easy. So basically I found that it's like after you've done this groundwork and like facing up and owning that this could be it, and then it's basically now going into the door and showing it the light is what I found. Is a way to come out on the other side, better, stronger, wiser, healed, equipped, etc. So yeah, that's how I look at it and how I've dealt with it. Going into this dark place where there's hurt, where there's lack, in regards to knowledge, not knowing, and just showing it the light. It can be scary, but showing it the light is how I got through. So it's scary, but it's worth it. And I promise you, if I can do it, then you can too. I mean, really. So I have written here, maybe your madness is not so glaringly obvious as mine was. Or maybe not to you, it's not obvious, but I'm certain that if you suffering from this, then your loved ones do see it. Because if you're suffering from this, then it's your loved ones, those closest to us, many times that are hurt by our actions, our behaviors in this way. They are hurt. They are the ones embarrassed. They are the ones left disappointed in us, in our promises, or and that kind of stuff is what I found. So either ways, it will be up to you, or you're gonna remain in denial or deal with it. So to deal with it, it's gonna take courage. It's going to take courage and the want and the will from your side to be better, to do better, to have better, to live, to love, to life better. Is what it's going to take from you. And it is said that courage is the cornerstone of all virtues. So courage is basically just doing it afraid, um, strengthening yourself, making yourself strong, that you're going to face whatever challenges come. Even whilst you're still afraid, you're going to face whatever comes and get through. That is courage. And So we see that courage is the cornerstone of all virtues. And if you don't have courage, then it's incapable to, when you don't have courage, then you're incapable of any other virtue. So courage, in relation to virtues, courage is like foundational as well. Courage is the cornerstone. It starts on courage. You have to first um, believe in that inner strength that you have to face whatever, whether it's going after a challenge or whether it's helping or in any regard. You need courage, and virtues are like some of those positive um character cultural attributes that we have as a human. It's the positive ones. Whereas, as we know it's said the virtues and the vices. So the vices are the more negative traits that we have, and virtues, sorry, are the more positive ones. So yeah. So say again, courage is the cornerstone of all of the virtues. So to even partake of all the other positive virtues like discipline, like integrity, and all that positive virtues, it's not going to be easy. But we need courage to steel ourselves and you know then push through no matter what. So I must say that, like, if you have done this work on yourself, well done, first and foremost. And if you're now on the other side, yeah, well done. But more than that, I just want to remind you not to allow anyone to keep you back in that box, to keep you back in the past, to to keep you back in that place. Because what I found, even how I was brought to this topic, is that I had people commenting on, or like, just um teasing me because of some of the things I did in my past, and that's how I was brought up. So, either ways, if you've done the work and you're so not that person anymore, don't allow anybody else to hold you back, to keep you in that box, and to constantly remind you of that person, because you're not there. You've grown from it. You're a total different person. And the reason that they are still there is because that's where they at. They still on that lower level. And you know how it said misery loves company. So they still also in the past. They haven't grown. And they don't want to see you progress and move forward. So they're going to keep constantly remind you of your past to bring you into that space. But we're not there. So either ways, it's like projection, as I said. Yeah, so that's the real problem, is that why are they still there? No one who is going somewhere in life has time to focus and be facing backward. So it says that they going nowhere in life. It says a lot about them. And you know what the scripture says? The scripture says an ungodly man digs up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire. So this is found in the book of Proverbs 16 and 27. So basically it's saying that he digs up evil stuff that's buried, stuff that's in the past, stuff that's forgiven by Christ. The ungodly man, a wicked evil man, is one who will go digging up evil. And it says, in his lips there is a burning fire. It's like there's hell. And we know scripture also tells us that Satan is our accuser. He's the accuser of the brethren, is what the Bible tells us. So just remember that you're not there, and we have been forgiven either ways. So you know Going moving on, so Jesus healed many people with infirmities, in those days. And many times before he would even make the miracle, then he would ask them, do you want to be well? Is this what you want? Basically, is what he's asking. So it's always a predeterminer. Like, what do you want? Do you want this for your life? Do you want to be healed? Do you want to grow? Do you want to evolve and change and learn? It's always a predeterminer if we will have a result. And when he was healing these people, then he asked them, like, what is it that you want? What is it that you believe? You know? So basically, if you want it, and if you coming to me, Jesus, and that means that you believe. Firstly, it means that you want it, and or it should mean that you want it, and it should mean, or it means also that you coming to me because you know that it's me who can give it to you. I am able to, you know, I'm able to make this a reality for you. So this is what Jesus always asked him, you know, do you want to be well? So other ways I have in my notes, it like looks, some of it looks like putting on your big girl panties and doing what needs to be done, you know? Yeah. And it reminded me also of the scripture that said, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So this is so true for me as well. And I pray this is the case for you as well. But if not yet, there's always hope. And as I said, if I could do it, then you can too. It's just the question of what do you want? Do you want it? Do you want to be made well? Do you want to be better? Do you want to grow now into a man, and do you want to put away those childish things? Um, and then I also have here 2 Corinthians 10:4 and 6, where it reminds us there that don't go back to what Jesus delivered you from, is some of what we reminded of there in that scripture. And then finally, the last scripture I have here is Luke 18:14, and there it says, everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. So this is for a self-righteous man. So that's all for this one, and I hope you found some value here. So basically, like, this one was titled, how to overcome and heal from being mad, from being mad, as they like to say. And so that's all for this one. Your girl Natasha Nisha. Peace out.